Hi, so I thought I'll come back to you guys with another video, and it's a review on this 21 neutral eyeshadow palette. And if you like to see swatches of these palettes, first impression, and a small review because I've used a couple of these shadows, please keep on watching. Alright, so this is what the palette looks like. It is a black slim palette. It reminds me so much of the 10-pan blush palette size, and it says 0 to the back here, so I'm assuming there is a 01 version. And it does get a bit dirty, so you have to like use a wipe to clean it ever so often. And once you use the wipe, you need to dry it with something to keep it dry. And it's just pretty much like a similar, like a regular black case. If their blushes come in, doesn't seem any bigger or smaller. Does not come with a mirror or sponge tip applicator, but it did come with a plastic over it. And plastic did have like scotch tape or clear tape over it that attached to the back of it. So when I did pull out the tape, it left it a bit sticky. So that was no biggie, but yeah. So no sponge tip, no brush, no mirror on it. I don't mind per se because I hardly ever use mirrors that come in these palettes because I'm always using the mirror that's on my dresser. So these are the colors, and you have your mattes generally on this side and there's shimmers on this side. So that's like the take on the colors. Now first off, when I opened it and I saw it, I was like, oh wow, really nice. But then I realized, hey, there's not really like a dark brown per se, and there is no light highlighting color, and then there's like no perfect transition color for me, like that beige kind of color. So that is the drawback for me right away in seeing this, because I can't use this to create like a one look. So I like a palette that I can use to create one look. That's just kind of like my weakness. If I get a palette that I can create one whole look from it, generally I grab it more, because I am not the type to have a whole bunch of palettes around me and I'm just pulling, unless I'm playing with makeup or I have an idea of a color that a look I want and I want to recreate it. If I'm looking for everyday makeup, then I want a palette that has like all the basics so I can create a look. So I look for neutral palettes that I can create one look from. So this per se would not be something I would totally grab all the time, because I can't make a solid look, one look from it, unless it's like smoky neutral and then use a different palette for highlighting, because there's like literally no color here. However, if you're a darker skin than I am, darker toned, then this is gonna work for a nice, really nice neutral, because you can use some of these colors as transition colors and even maybe this color as a highlighter. So it's not going to look bad on you. However, you're not going to get a black smoky look that you may be going for. So I'm going to swatch every color here and show you the color payoff and tell you quickly a little bit of, you know, my take. So I'm going to start with the matte colors. My hand does not have any primer whatsoever, and I'm just doing basic finger swatch, light swatch. So starting from the top here, this color is almost neutral brown. It's not 100% matte. It seems as if there are shimmers, and however it transfers satin, but it's a really gorgeous brown. I didn't use it, but I'm thinking this is a really gorgeous lid color, so I'm going to be excited to try it. The next color in the row is it appears to be more matte, and it's slightly lighter than the first swatch, but here it's appearing more darker. So on my hand it did appear a little lighter to some extent. So this is more of a brown color. I could have actually used this in my crease. I didn't even think of using it. So here we are seeing, as I swatch these colors, and not all of them are having the same take as I thought they would. So then this darker brown here is more of a red tone brown. Yes, it's more ready tone brown. This is actually gorgeous. If you are lighter skin tone, this one right, these here would actually work pretty good as what you call it, eyebrow fillers. Then we go on to the next row, which I did use this color as a kind of transition crease color, and it's really pigmented, and this is a matte color, like really pigmented. Then the next color in the row, which is like another brown, and this one is actually, it's not as soft and pigmented as the other one, but this one is a plain satin, and again browns. Oh, I am in love. Then we have the last color in that row, which is, oh, I should have used this as a transition color. This looks super gorgeous. Yeah, this color is like a peeler color, and it's looking like it would have been an amazing transition. Of course, I did not use it as a transition, but now I'm thinking I do have a nice transition color. Then we have this color here, and it's so hard to describe these kind of browns. This is again matte. This is a lighter reddish kind of brown. Then there's this orange color, this orange brown, like really matte again, and that's just one swipe. Then a kind of taupey brown, looks like it has a purple undertone, and I did use this in my crease, this color, very subtle. So that's like pretty much it, like what appeared to be like the matte colors. Then we go on to the shimmery colors, and this is like a copper color. Beautiful. One swipe, that's the color payoff. Then there is this cranberry color, which absolutely love. I actually love these two colors together. Now the cranberry color is not totally shimmery. It appears to be looks like it's satin, and I love those two colors. I actually wore them together at home and was really pleased. This is a nice chocolate brown and super pigmented, and that's it there. So we go into the champagne colors here. I'm actually going to swatch all three fingers one time. So another kind of, it has more of like a toasted color. That's what I'm thinking of when I see this. It reminds me of one of the colors that's in the, what you call it, one of the Naked palettes. So that's it there. Has a little bit of fallout, but I think I pressed a little too hard in it. Then the next color in that same row, it's like almost a mauvey shimmery kind of color. Another color, I think it's in one of those Naked palettes. And then lastly this, yeah, this is, I can't describe it. This more has a taupe color, and this one, I don't know, can you see the difference? But these are like so gorgeous, and they're still more neutral colors, and they're like so soft. I am literally pressing too hard on these. I was more excited about the matte colors in this, but can you see these colors here? Super gorgeous. Ugh, I am absolutely loving it. And I have one more row to do, and I think I'm just gonna put them here. And these are like so buttery soft. So that's the three colors there. So I just realized I could have used maybe some of these shimmery colors to create that's a smoky look. I really did not consider using any of these shimmery colors. I was kind of like going, I put this color on my lid, which is actually this color here. So I have that all over my lid on top of Jordana's Continuous Almond base, which is matte. And then I used one of these kind of brownish colors in the crease, which were matte again. And then I just went up. So these are the swatches. I'm actually more impressed now swatching all of them than what I was before. I was going to do a swatch, like swatch all of these, look at them, play with them, but I thought I'll do more of a first impression for you guys to get a take on it. And if you want requests of any tutorials and all that, let me know. But I can tell you, see this color here, it's almost worth the whole palette, because the cost of this palette equals like a MAC eyeshadow. Yeah, and this reminds me of a MAC eyeshadow, and I can't remember which MAC eyeshadow. I don't know, I think it's Amber Lights, but this might be more coppery than what Amber Lights is. Not totally sure, but I think it's Amber Lights. And this is like, it's not cranberry from MAC, but this looks like a color from MAC. I don't know if it's one of the fake colors. No, fake is purple, but yeah. And I can tell you some of these colors here might more or less be like some of the dupes to MAC. These colors are so pigmented, I can't stop talking about them. Where you can get this palette, you can get it, if you are in Trinidad, you can get it from Helen Rustique. If you're online, you can check out Helen Rustique's Facebook page. I will link it below for you guys to check out. It's 150 TT dollars or 140, either 140 or 150 TT dollars, but they always have sales going on so on their palettes, so that you can definitely check them out. Super amazing. I would recommend this, especially if you're a makeup artist and you do, or somebody who loves neutrals, always wears neutrals just on a regular everyday basis. This is going to be a go-to palette. If you like the 28 neutral palette, this is like a step up from that in terms of pigmentation, because I have a 28 neutral, and to me a lot of the colors lack pigmentation. Even though you get a lot of highlights and colors in it, it's like a lot of the colors lack pigmentation. And I actually recently bought a new one. I think it's from BH Cosmetics, just to see if, you know, it has amped up its game. So I will let you guys know, but I absolutely love this palette. Definitely recommend. I would give this palette like a 4.25 out of 5. The reason why I get so much, I put it so high, is because the pigmentation is amazing, like amazing. I mean, you'll have to go really light with your brush so that you don't have a lot of fallout. So there's a little hiccup about fallouts. I didn't have a lot, quite frankly, when I used the colors. Didn't have noticed any fallout really, but as I swatch some of them on my hand, I am seeing fallout. So you want to go light, because I did go heavy on the swatches, and because quite frankly, I'll be truthful, I didn't think they had so much pigmentation. Yeah, I knew the colors that I chose were matte, so that, you know, you have that little borderline and thing, and I was really impressed with those and their pigmentation, but I really didn't think that some of these were going to be so pigmented. And I can tell you, this I have been wearing for like 12 hours plus. So it is staying, and I didn't find that I had issues with colors blending into each other and end up looking like one color. I did not have that problem. I was afraid of that. This palette, although is a great palette, just doesn't have the highlighting and really like a dark brown, burgundy or black to smoke out your look. So this is like an accompanying palette to another palette. So I would definitely suggest you get this though, but if you want a one-stop shop kind of palette, this definitely would not be it, because you won't be able to use it to create to me a totally defined one look. If you are like my skin tone, I think if you're lighter, you will not be able to get it either. But I think if you are darker, that you can make this palette work for you, and you can get like one solid neutral looking eye look. I also do think that some of the matte colors, if you like my color or slightly darker, you can use them in your brows, like some of the darker colors, and you can use some of these colors to contour, which I am going to try, and that's some of these matte colors. Gonna play around and see if I can use them to contour and all of that and jars and see how well they work, because they look super amazing and I like it, and I will recommend this palette to you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time.